Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is Eric Greid. I am your coach, and I am so glad you take time out of your busy day to jump in and join me here for Success Life Live. It really does mean a lot to me. I often get asked, like, why are you doing this thing? How did it start? Why do you keep doing it? What is your end game, etc.? And I often ask myself that, if you're in business, you always need to be thinking of where is this leading? What is it growing to? What is it becoming? What is its purpose? What is the return on the investment? My business brain often kicks into that, but then also my service, my character of who I am, balances it out. We cannot be in business simply to create a profit. What I love about the direction that I see companies and businesses, and in some ways, our universe moving to, is socially conscious businesses. Business that understand that in the process of making a product, making a profit, they also are impacting the world. And they can choose to do that positively or negatively. It's really at their direction. And more companies are becoming socially conscious in the sense that they understand that they have a value above and beyond the product that they create. And so that's why I celebrate wealth. That's why I celebrate success. That's why I celebrate your entrepreneur spirit, is because as you earn more, you can do more. You can make a bigger impact. You can make an impact bigger than those negative naysayers, downtrodders, abusers in the universe by becoming your greatest self. The more that you have in your storehouse, the more that you can give away to others. And you can influence the world in a positive way. So when people ask, what is the end game of Success Life Live? I don't know if there necessarily is an end game, but what I do know is that my goal is to make a positive impact in the lives of others and allow them to see the possibilities of their dream. And in doing so, I know that they will carry that message forward, echo it out into the universe. And hey, that's good enough for me. I'll give you a little insider before I start our morning lesson. Good morning to me. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Julia. I saw a couple other people slide in. Take a moment to say hello, share it out. Give a thumbs up. Do something. Let us know you're in the room, whether it's live or in replay. Good morning, Elizabeth. So I have a list of go-to movies. I am not somebody that just races out to the movie theater every week and, it's just not, sitting in a movie theater for 4 hours is sometimes torture if it's the wrong movie. So once I find a movie and I love it, I tend to fall back to it. So Never Ending Story, if that's playing, I'm definitely tuned in. I try and encourage my kids to watch it, and they're sick of it now that we've seen it 10 times. The other one is the Pay It Forward movie. And I tell you, with no shame in my heart, when we get to that end scene, I'm part of the movie, when they get to that end scene and all of those people are in the front yard and the candles are going on forever and ever and you see that trail of candlelight coming, all right, I'm crying. Now I'm sitting there in my chair and I'm acting like there's dust in the room and that I've eaten a bad, Dorito or something or popcorn stuck in my throat. The truth is, I tore up. Because that symbolizes the impact of one person's good intention upon the world. And so that's what Success Life is really about in some sense. Is just showing up with a good intention and hoping to make an impact in the world that will somehow echo out to places that I don't even know. So thank you for being a part of it. So today's lesson, stop being an extra in other people's lives. I don't think I can say it any more plainly. I, as a coach, so often hear when the kids are grown, when my spouse is finished with school, when this, all of these conditions that are external will have to change before I get an opportunity to become myself. And as I had posted in a meme earlier this morning, God did not make extra people to have just laying around in case he needed backups. God didn't say, oh, I'm going to make Eric, but I really don't have a purpose or a plan for him. I'll just sort of put him in my pantry shelf of reserve of people, or Joe or Donna or Julia. I've taken all of these things and all of these people and I've created them and I've orchestrated a universe in order to bring them into being, but I really don't have a purpose for them So I'm just going to make them extras in other people's lives. I'm going to make them the lighting and the background music and the Walking Dead in other people's story. No, God has designed you for a particular and unique purpose. And you have chosen to play extras in other people's lives. Now, before you start jumping on me and telling me, but you don't understand, I do understand. We all have roles that connect us to other people as parents, as spouses, as team leaders, as bosses, as employees. And there are portions of our time that are committed to others, but that does not mean our life has got to be given up for others. And I mean this in the truest and purest sense of the heart. I cannot take what God has gifted me, God has ordained me, God has blessed me, God has shown me, God has purposed me to, and say, I hear that, God, but I'm going to just set this over here on the side. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to hear. I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to experience me because somebody else comes first. Something else comes first. Some lack of confidence that I am worthy to live my dream, the fear that I might not be enough, the fears and the doubts and the insecurities that are living inside of me are bigger than the voice that told me that I am not an extra, that I am significant and purposeful and divinely created, and that my job today is to wake up and step in fully to my story. No, we're just going to put all of that aside. We're just going to say, you know what, God, I know everything has a purpose except for me. How egotistical, like let's get honest, like how egotistical is that to say, I understand God, everybody has a purpose, everything has a purpose, all things to the glory and the glory of God, yay, praise, amen, except for me. Except for me. Why, what entitles you to be the exception? Like, honestly, how big of a head do you have to think you're the exception to all of the other things that occur in the universe? To the idea that God has a plan for every single purpose, that we have a position and a place and a story to live, except for me. Except for me. You don't understand. My child's disabled. My husband's in school. Our bank account, I didn't grow up. Because of what happened to me as a child, my story has to end there. You're the exception. Wouldn't it be easier? Wouldn't it be more logical? Wouldn't it be smarter to just say, I'm not the exception? Like, how much easier would life be if you stopped trying to be the exception and just simply followed the rule and said, all things have a purpose. Everything is divinely created to live their story fully and loudly and boldly and clearly. What if you woke up this morning, well, you already did, but what if you, after this, decided, I will stop trying to be the exception and I will just follow the norm and accept that I have a purpose, that I am not an extra in other people's story, that my story is my story to write, to live, to experience, and to explode on the universe. I'm going to take what Eric said and be like, you know what? I give up. I'm going to quit trying to be the exception, and I'm going to follow the rule that there are no extras in the universe, that each of us has a purpose and a plan. And though we cannot fully see it in this season, I know there's got to be a reason. I got to have a story. I heard somebody that said, Barbara Gustafson, during our author talk, said, I haven't been brought this far just to be brought this far. I thought, ooh, love that. It's like, I haven't gone this far to just go this far. There's a song that says, he has not brought me this far to leave me alone. You're not here to end. This is not the end of your story. This is not the final chapters. This is not the point where you get to check out and just float along and just forfeit yourself to others. No. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the story that you're creating starting here now this morning. Because you're not an extra in other people's stories. You're not less than somebody else that's standing next to you. You are worthy of creating your own dream, your own story, your own purpose, your own passion. You have it in you. So stop trying to be the exception and say, I'm the only thing of all the things in the universe, on this planet, other planets, in the galaxy, across the world. I am the only thing that doesn't have a story, that doesn't have a purpose, that wasn't divinely and perfectly created to do something, to make an impact, to change the world. Now, don't feel like it has to be big and monumental and earth-shattering today. A simple note, a card, a letter, sharing a hug, reading a book to a kid. That's an impact. You intentionally chose to live fully engaged into that moment and into your greatness and into your giftedness. Then you're living your story. When we live life intentionally and fully engaged, we're living our story. We have got to let go of this belief that now is not our turn. Because you are here, now is your turn. Now is your story. Now is your destiny. Stop playing extra. Stop forfeiting your power. Stop letting other people define it. Lord, I could go on for another 2 hours about this, and you want to see me get frustrated, upset, and jump out of my chair and go into preacher mode. Give me one of those, but you don't understand. I understand. I understand. I live it every day. 10 years ago, if you had told me that I'd be getting up extra early in the morning so there would be enough time in my schedule to get my kid on a bus with a wheelchair and all the chaos and confusion that goes with it, I would have said, that's not my story. It's my story, but it is not all of my story. It's just a part of my day. And when I'm doing it, I have a choice to do it with, grumpy, mopey complaining, or to live fully engaged in that moment, to experience it for what it is and celebrate it. All right, so yeah. See, Joe, you're back. Joe is back in the room. We love Joe. We got Elizabeth. With Joe and Elizabeth, I could probably write a book with just them taking notes. Live into your life fully engaged. Eliminate the belief that you are playing as an extra. Man, that's good, Joe. That's good. We're just gonna swipe Joe's, thumbs up Joe's, like Joe's thing there. Live into your life, fully engaged. Eliminate the belief that you are playing as an extra. Well, there's my sister, my little Tess. It doesn't work anymore with her name change. Good morning, Tracy. I feel special. My sister's here, my baby sister. She's an amazing woman. It's hard for me. She's just an amazing woman. Proud of who she's grown up to become and her commitment to her family. But anyhow, don't make me start there. Good Lord, Tracy. I'm just thinking back to those days we used to dance together in the kitchen. Anyhow, that's a different story, different song, different day. For today, I just want you to accept the belief that you are not the exception to the story, that you have significance, that you have importance, that you're not an extra, but you are significantly a lead player in your story, and take ownership and commitment of that. All right? If you are here, now is your time. Now is the time to take the power of your story and not let other people steal your energy. And just to run a minute long, and don't let your history steal your story. When I was 7, or you don't understand where I came from, or because this happened to me, or that happened to me, or because of this, or because of that, in my past, my story has to stop there. I give you a moment to think about that, because the sun came up, the seasons kept turning, the earth kept spinning, and it didn't take any of your past to make that happen. So you don't need your past to come with you. You can leave that thing where it was. Shoot, it's like losing your luggage at the airport. It's inconvenient for a while, but then you get a whole new outfit. You decide. It's up to you. I appreciate you guys jumping in and joining me this morning for Success Life Live. Again, my name is Eric Greid. I'm a coach and a speaker, and I love the opportunity to work with you on both of those. Don't forget, we got Fun Friend Friday coming up. I'm really excited about this one. A friend of mine who has traveled from Bangladesh to be in Orlando this week for JMT, as his first JMT experience, is going to be our guest. So traveled 11 time zones in order to be part of his dream, to be able to step into what he wants to create. And so it's going to be fun to get a perspective of the 11 time zone travels, but also to just hear about his expectations for his life. So take a moment and tune in Friday morning, 8 a.m. for Success Life Live with Fun Friend Friday. I think it's going to be, I'm really excited. It just sort of came into be. In the meantime, go out and live your life with success. It is yours. You are worthy of it and fully deserved. Don't be an extra. Be you. All right, thank you guys so much. I'll comment and check in as we close out later on. Make sure you share and leave a comment so I know you were in the room. We do not participate from the sidelines. We participate on the floor, in the game, live and interactive. All right? Well, until tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, go out, live your life with success. Bye-bye.